celebration of the 400th episode of the VIG Lounge, where this time we're going to be taking it to the streets of Singapore in the Singapore Grandprix here on the VIG Lounge, of course. And will the Killer Bee be able to fly high on this street circuit at Marina Bay, or will we come back down to earth after our huge win in the last race in Azerbaijan? There's only one way to find out, but before we do that, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. With all that good stuff and the convoluted intro out of the way, let's jump right in to some F1 action here on the VIG Lounge as we try to qualify for the Singapore Grand Prix. I know the first time I raced here in the early days of the VIG Lounge, back with F1 23, I believe, or it may have been 24. I know I had a lot of trouble with it. I got stuck in one of the corners almost every time. So I do feel better, but let's see if old habits somehow rear their ugly head. Oh! Wow, did I ever take that corner wide. You know what? We're going to restart that. I have no idea what happened there. And remember, like I've always said, 3 attempts. This is attempt number 2. Hopefully it'll go better. Because I still don't know what exactly happened when I hit that corner to cause me to nearly spin and hit the wall. Because I know I can do better than that. Oh wow, I'm still not in first. That's crazy. We might be doing better now. We might actually be in V1. We'll have to wait for the final result, obviously, but I don't see a shadow, so I'm either dead last or I somehow got past, I believe, one of the McLarens. Because it only shows the shadow of the car, and I'm sure I saw orange, but we'll find out, of course, once this is done and the field is set. As we take the lap.
Fantastic, you've got pole position.
We got pole, baby. Woohoo! I'll take 75 season XP.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Nice, my favorite driver, George Russell, made it in second. So favorite current driver, I should say. And 5th place for my teammate and favorite driver of when I started watching F1 in the 90s, Jacques Villeneuve. So not bad, top 5. Wow. I know Norris down in 7th. And it must have been Piastri then, because I didn't see silver and black for the Mercedes, but who knows? I could very well be wrong. I mean, we don't call it the visually impaired gamer lounge for no reason. Let's get on to the race and check out the grid, shall we? I actually wound up getting pole after all. And it only took 2 attempts.
Marina Bay hosted a Grand Prix that briefly ran in the 60s and 70s, but the Garden City re-entered the calendar for good in 2008. We missed it for a couple of years, but it was great to come back to the Singapore Grand Prix. And here's our track, 4.94 kilometres long, and overtaking chances into the first corner, into turn 14 at the end of the Esplanade, and now into turn 16 in the newly reprofiled sector that we first ran on in 2023. Still though, it's punishing and tough on the brakes, and the heat and humidity will take an effect on our drivers. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like.
Or is it only going to be P20? Let's find out.
Just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Jacques Villeneuve, and Hamilton, Norris, Bortoletto, Verstappen, and Nico Hülkenberg, Sainz, Leclerc, Alex Albon, and Behrman, Hadjar, Tsunoda, Esteban Ocon, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Gasly, Stroll, Lawson, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And join...
All right, we're not going to have to hear David Croft anymore. Nothing against him, but... All right, the lights are on. The lights are on, and away we go. I maybe didn't get the start that I wanted, but I think I was thankfully able to save it. And we got a cleaner getaway than I thought. I actually thought I was going to have to battle somebody or that I was going to get past, but thankfully I didn't. Not doing too badly, no wide corners thus far, no hitting the wall like we did in the first qualifying attempt. That is a really wonky corner. But we made it through unscathed, and the Killer Bee is still soaring.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Excellent. We're on lap number 2 with DRS. Had a nice clean lap, of course, because I do try to race clean, even when I'm in traffic as best I can, which is hard when you have no peripheral vision. But it's either here nor there. Not making any excuses. Doing pretty well thus far, building up nearly a 3-second lead. As I get to do another esports venture course in F1 to continue celebrating 400 episodes of the VIG Lounge format. Tomorrow the esports continues because they're going to be doing the main card and potentially a prelim or two, depending on who's available in UFC 5 for the card UFC 320. Then I'm going to take a break on Sunday more than likely because I'm going to be spending time with Dawson. And streaming may not be an option then, and I'm okay with that. Because honestly, being a dad is the most important thing to me, so...
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
I'm okay with taking a break from that. But we'll be back Monday to continue the celebration, and then it's on to the NHL season mode playthroughs. as the Pittsburgh Penguins travel to New York to take on the Rangers in their season opener, which I will, of course, have for you on Tuesday. Apologies that I didn't stream yesterday, but wasn't really feeling it. I was really feeling run down and tired, so had to kind of take a B-day for that. But it's all good, I think, right? The thing, maybe it was an older F1 game then where I was crashing, because I don't feel like I'm having that same issue in the tunnel as I did with the old Marina Bay layout. That's got to be what it is. Because the track seems significantly easier than what it was in races past, but it's not my fault. The damn track design. We're doing pretty well. Another clean lap, and we're on lap 4. Nice. I'm nearly a little over a 5.5 second lead as I can look up only briefly. As we have the type of race that I like to call a nice leisurely Sunday drive. We are doing quite well still. Managing this course beautifully. I say that, and now that I mentioned it that way too, I guarantee I'm gonna jinx it and somehow bounce off the wall or somehow miss a corner.
Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
7.14 second lead here. This is very nice. There was my issue right there. I was looking too much at the pre-order for a minute, and it nearly cost me. Glad I was able to salvage it at least. I know this was more of a leisurely stream this time, but definitely have some more commentary, and I'll be a little more lively tomorrow with the UFC action, of course. And there's the checkered flag. Start, pull, let every lap is clean. The Killer Bee is flying high tonight in Marina Bay in Singapore. And we got driver of the day, baby. That is fantastic.
they've endured the harsh conditions here in Singapore then to pull off a spectacular win.
They really need to have my matching racing suits. I hate this weird, bland,
and they led every single lap of the race. It was a light to flag victory, and that is total dominance.
Yes, it is. That right here is domination. If you know, you know. If you don't know, look up Ezekiel Jackson's theme from
Here
back
comes
in the
your
day.
top three making their way down
bang.
to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One.
There's my selfie with a damn Samsung phone, because I will refuse to refer to that as an iPhone, damn it. And the champagne is a-flowing. Nice collection of points there, 975.
After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
See, I've learned I don't speak over David Croft like I've done in previous videos. That just shows that the channel's evolving ever so slightly. But thank you all for tuning into this episode of the VIG Lounge. I know it was a leisurely stroll, essentially, around Marina Bay, but I know what, I still enjoyed it. Still got to chat with you guys. So, as I've always said, thank you all for tuning into this episode of the VIG Lounge. I have been the Visually Impaired Gamer 1987. Until next time, I bid you adieu. Have yourselves a fantastic Friday, everybody.